fix of facts and spicy sides.
From breaking headlines to backroom whispers.
All served hot and fresh. Hello there, I'm Monique Tuzon.
I'm Ferdi Salvador, glad to have you with us.
And I'm Mai Rodriguez. This is the Daily Dish.
I'm excited.
Yay!
It's a happy
you are.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Somebody from Team Pangilinan is here.
Oh, yes. It's going to be a good noon show today.
And I'm so excited to learn what she's going to tell us because I feel like this has been lost in translation between like all the generations, and I feel like we all need a refresher on this.
Yes, and you know what? After that, we're going to be talking about food because I'm looking at both of you and I said, wow, we look like macaroons.
We do.
You look like a lemon macaroon, you look like a mango macaroon, and I look like a raspberry or rose macaroon. Because we're talking about food, right?
I'm so hungry
Always
already,
food.
actually.
Yes, but we are going on a cool adventure.
Yes.
At this very exclusive restaurant.
That you have to find. That's why it's called fine dining.
Yes, I still remember the lunch we had there. It was awesome.
Oh my gosh, I wish we can
Awesome,
have that
right?
every day.
I got emo.
I'm still thinking about it.
Yes,
You got
and
emo?
I got emo, okay, but more emo. I mean, the Swifties are all going
Yes.
nuts.
Big news in
Because-
entertainment. Taylor Swift's new album.
I can't wait. I don't know when she's dropping it. She hasn't said when
Well,
yet,
she
but
just
soon.
got on her boyfriend's
Podcast.
what's his name?
Travis Kelce.
Travis Kelce's podcast, and you know she dropped the tea
Of
there.
course, it's on his podcast because she normally never guests on podcasts.
That's what they said. Maybe she could come on our show.
Yes, Tay
Can
Tay,
you
if you're
imagine?
watching, come on our show. Announce when you're gonna drop your album.
Yes, Monique will go insane, right?
I would literally
You're
cry.
a Swiftie, aren't you?
Of course, ever since her country album.
What's your favorite
My
album?
favorite album? I don't have a favorite album, but I have a favorite song.
Okay, what is it?
I forgot the name. It's the Nice to Meet You, Where You've Been.
How?
Incredible things. Wag na! Mababash pa ako. I forgot the
guy,
name. I'm breaking out right now.
But that's today's amazing news. But yesterday we were talking about the engagement ring of
Ronaldo, the
Ronaldo's
30-carat ring,
So,
probably.
right? You guys asked me how
So
big
has
you
it been
think-
Yeah.
confirmed? How
Did you
big
check?
is it?
Between 25 and 30 depends
So you're
on the-
right.
Yeah, 30.
30-carat ring that
So
I need.
I'm just saying, you know, on behalf of Monique, Cam, it needs to be 25 or 30 carats. Which I have to put on this finger right here.
Our ninong. Thank
The
you so
pressure
much.
is on. No, poor Cam.
Yes.
Cam. Okay.
But there's a lot of news today.
Yes,
Lots of
stay
cool
tuned
stuff,
for
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
guys. We have more stories later in the show.
This is my daily dish. This is my daily dish. This is my daily dish. My daily dish. My daily dish.
Now on to today's headlines. Malakanyang submits to the House of Representatives the close to 7 trillion peso proposed budget for next year. Deputy Speaker Ronaldo Puno questions the Senate's cuts for education and PhilHealth. Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong details alleged syndicated anomalies in flood control projects. A full investigation is underway after a concrete from a condominium collapsed in Quezon City, injuring 2 students. And the Siargao International Surfing Cup qualifying series is slated for October. The House of Representatives officially receives the almost 7 trillion peso proposed budget for next year. But this early, a House leader is questioning the cuts made by the Senate on the budget of the Education Department and PhilHealth. Mavic Trinidad is on the phone to tell us more. Mavic, what are the budget priorities?
Just like what the budget secretary did in Malakanyang 2 days ago, Secretary Amena Pangandaman herself officially delivered the National Expenditure Program here at the House of Representatives. The 2026 National Expenditure Program, which outlines the proposed 6.79 trillion pesos budget, is anchored on a so-called Agenda for Prosperity. The ceremonial turnover witnessed by staffs and officials from Malakanyang and House of Representatives headed by House Speaker Martin Romualdez, Majority Leader Sandro Marcos, House Committee on Appropriations Chair Micaela Angela Swansing, House Deputy Speaker J.J. Suarez, and Minority Leader Marcelino Libanan. While with Secretary Pangandaman or Undersecretaries Adrian Bersamin, Yusek Rolando Toledo, Yusek Janet Abuel, and Assistant Secretary Mary Ann de la Vega of Department of Budget and Management. In the presentation, Budget Secretary said the NEP prioritizes social services, particularly education, in line with the directives of President Bongbong Marcos. The top departments that will prioritize their budget for fiscal year 2026 are Department of Education, being the highest, having 928.5 billion pesos, followed by DPWH with 881.3 billion pesos, Health for having 320.5 billion pesos. The Defense Department topped the number 4 spot for having 299.3 billion pesos, followed by Interior and Local Government having 287.5 billion pesos. For agriculture, the proposed budget for 2026 for agriculture is 239.2 billion pesos. The social welfare is having 227 billion. For transportation, 98.6 billion pesos, while the judiciary topped the 9th spot for having 67.9 billion, and labor and employment for 55.2 billion pesos. Secretary Pangandaman reiterated that the budgets of the mentioned departments were increased because these address the urgent needs of the people. She said President Marcos carefully studied this decision as it reflects his commitment to every Filipino. Although Malakanyang did not include in its report why education received the largest budget allocation for 2026, some lawmakers believe it may be due to the allegedly illegal budget cuts made to the education sector last year. Mai?
Yes, Mavic, it was actually Deputy Speaker Ronaldo Puno who is asking that question. He yesterday said Congress still needs to get to the bottom of why the DepEd and the PhilHealth lost millions from their 2025 budgets. At the same time, he pointed out the DPWH budget was increased. I understand he's also saying the House should not be blamed for this?
Yes, Deputy Speaker Puno is questioning why the House is being blamed for the budget cuts to DepEd and PhilHealth when in fact the DPWH budget was increased only after it reached the Senate. It seems Mai, that House Speaker, Deputy Speaker Puno was somewhat frustrated yesterday when he made this statement due to the insistence of some that Congress is to blame for the changes in the department budgets. According to him, when Congress submitted the approved budget to the Senate for the bicameral conference last year, the budgets for the Department of Education and the PhilHealth Trust Fund were still intact. However, after the BICAM approval, they were surprised to find that the budgets for DepEd and the Trust Fund of the PhilHealth had been reduced, while the budget for the Department of Public Works and Highways increased by several billion pesos.
Yes, that's why. Yes, he called for an investigation into that. Mavic Trinidad from the House of Representatives, thank you for that report. Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong did not mince words in what he calls a syndicated criminal activity in the disbursement of funds for flood control projects. Magalong tells BNC's On Point there is favoritism as well as bribery involving contractors. He explains that biddings are rigged and not even half of the allocated budget remains for the actual project.
For a 100% funding, about 58% goes to 58% are taken out of the total amount and goes to someone else's pocket. Out of the 58%, siguro yung legitimate lang doon yung 8%. And that represents yung VAT at yung bond. Yung the rest, napupunta yan, 25% goes to the goes to the funder. Saan ba galing yung fund? No? Sino nag-provide ng fund? 25% goes to that. 3% goes to the bank. No? 7% goes to the implementing agency for flood control projects. Napunta yan sa DPWH. Meron din 1% para sa material testing. No? At meron din 3% para doon sa mga bidders na nag-back out na lang. So naiwan na lang sa project is 42%.
Magalong says he is ready to lead any investigation if asked by Malakanyang, and in due time to talk to Senator Ping Lacson, who earlier said 67 congressmen have become contractors for their own infrastructure project. What does the future hold if millions of Filipino students continue to face classroom shortages? In his first committee hearing, Senator Bam Aquino warns that without change, progress will remain painfully slow. The details from Hanati.
More than 5 presidents could come and go before the country catches up with its classroom shortage, if nothing changes. That's Senator Bam Aquino's warning in his Committee on Basic Education's first hearing, as he laid out the massive backlog that continues to hold millions of students back. The DepEd's official count puts the shortfall at 165,000 classrooms. But Aquino believes the reality is far worse. On top of that, there are thousands more that are damaged, built as far back as the 1960s and never renovated or used as evacuation centers for disaster victims and left in disrepair.
Marami din ang classroom sa siksikan ng mga estudyante. Ayon sa EDCOM report, 5.1 million ang aisle learner o nakaupo sa aisle ng classroom kasi wala silang silya.
And that shortage is not even counting schools that have to run double or triple shifts because there aren't enough rooms to accommodate students at once. Aquino says the construction process is choked by bottlenecks, outdated rules, delays in budget releases, and land ownership issues.
Parang di naman tama na may surplus ng kondo sa Metro Manila o napakabilis sa paggawa ng kasino o nung panahon ng Pogo, parang ang bilis-bilis makagawa ng mga building, pero hanggang ngayon kulang-kulang pa rin ang classroom sa buong bansa.
The hearing also zeroed in on cost issue. The DepEd estimates 2.5 million pesos per classroom, while that of the DPWH starts at 3.5 million. Yet in 2024, despite these budgets, only 847 classrooms were completed.
Bakit magkaiba ang presyo? At saan napupunta ang pera kung 847 classrooms lang ang natayo noong 2024?
Compared to non-government organizations, the gap is staggering. For example, Hope Business for Good spends around 1.08 million and finishes in 4 to 6 months. Angat Buhay costs about 850,000 per classroom, already including fans, boards, seats and supplies, and completes them in 3 to 4 months. Even the Security Bank Foundation, which builds classrooms with toilets, corridors, and storage areas, finishes in 6 to 7 months at a cost of 3.1 million, still far shorter than the DepEd's 3-year average. Aquino announced a technical working group with several agencies to finalize standard specs and pricing.
We can really invite more players, more groups, both LGUs and the private sector, to join us in this quest to build classrooms for our children.
With the president already approving the construction of 40,000 classrooms, the senator challenged government agencies to clear the roadblocks and even surpass that target. Hanati, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Show your love for music and the country. The Ate Nito Coalition is calling for participants to join the Rap Challenge centered on the West Philippine Sea. Andrea Salve has more.
The Atenito Coalition, together with rap collective Moro Beats, are inviting musically inclined Filipinos to join their West Philippine Sea-focused information dissemination campaign through a rap competition. The coalition, known for their civilian missions to the West Philippine Sea, launched the Territorio WPS Online Rap Challenge on Monday.
Ngayong araw, sisimulan natin ang panibagong paglalayag. Isang paglalayag ng mensahe at musika na tatawid sa social media at aabot sa bawat Pilipino saan man sa mundo.
Using the instrumental version of Moro Beats track Territorio, participants all over the world are to pen a 1-minute rap verse in English or in Filipino. The contest will last for 30 days. There is no age limit, and while the number of views will be factored in, Ate Nito says an entry's content will be given more focus.
Itong Territorio Rap Challenge, medyo sana mas tulungan pa natin na mai-push natin sa lahat. Hashtag lang ng Territorio at saka Ate Nito. Tapos West Philippine Sea. So lahat ng may hashtag na yon considered na kasali.
3 winners will be declared 5 days after the contest closes, and a bonus award will be given to the most viewed entry. Andrea Salve, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Good news for students, seniors, and PWDs who are trained commuters. Custom beep cards and less hassle travels will soon be on your way. Paolo Barcelon joins us on the phone to dish out the details. Hi, Paolo. So how soon can they get quicker rides?
Well, my Transportation Secretary Vince Dizon says starting next month, custom-made beep cards will be made available to seniors, PWDs, and students at all LRT and MRT stations. When we say students, that includes postgraduate and graduate students. Now, Dizon says the move aims to make discount processes faster for students, PWDs, and seniors who complained of long lines when the discounts were launched months ago. The DOTR says all senior students and PWDs need to do is to just present their ID cards, and ticket sellers will record it to smoothen the process, and that at least in the MRT3, the agency has ironed out the process with the Commission on Audit to make the process faster and validate those availing of discounts as legitimate students, seniors, or PWDs. Meanwhile, AF Payments Incorporated, the manufacturer of beep cards, says it intends to address shortages of beep cards, especially in MRT stations. AF Payments President Jojo Carpio Jr. says they intend to deliver at least 300,000 beep cards this week to address shortages of the cards in public transport. The DOTR also says it will now crack down on individuals trying to sell overpriced cards near stations, as these people sell it for up to 300 pesos instead of just 30 pesos. The agency adds it will also ask online shops to shut down listings of beep cards and to ask consumers to buy them directly from train stations. Mai?
Paolo, since you talked to Secretary Dizon, do you have an update on the viral case of that driver who recklessly made a counterflow on the Skyway?
Yes, Mai. Actually, Secretary Dizon described earlier the driver as drunk. He confirmed to the media that he was drunk, citing that the driver had a conversation with the Land Transportation Office. Now, the DOTR earlier said it will perpetually revoke the license of the driver, and they are expected to file criminal charges against him. Mai?
Right. Thank you. Paolo Barcelon reporting. What began as a routine walk home turned into a nightmare for 2 Quezon City students hit by falling concrete from a condominium along Tomas Morato Avenue. The victims, both minors from Don Roses Science High School, were passing Atherton Place condominium when part of its upper structure collapsed. Authorities say the debris caused serious injuries. The students were rushed to the Capital Medical Center, and the police have cordoned off the area while the LGU vows aid for the victims and a full investigation and possible legal action against those responsible. A check on the weather now. Typhoon Goryeo has further intensified and is set to make landfall over southern Taiwan today. It's enhancing the southwest monsoon, bringing strong to gale force winds to parts of northern Luzon. Wind signal number 2 remains in effect in Itbayat, Batanes, while signal number 1 is up for the rest of the island. Goryeo may exit the Philippine area of responsibility later this afternoon or evening. Taiwan bracing for Typhoon Podul. Huge waves and strong winds already battering the southeast coast ahead of its landfall. Podul, known here in the Philippines as Goryeo, is packing gusts of up to more than 190 kilometers per hour. Authorities are now scrambling to evacuate hundreds from the likely path of the typhoon. After landfall, Podul is forecast to hit Taiwan's western coast before heading for China's Fujian province later this week. And South Korea's former First Lady arrested over graft allegations. The charges against her include stock fraud, bribery, and illegal influence peddling. The case has implicated business owners, religious figures, and a political power broker. Prosecutors sought Kim's arrest because of the risk of her destroying evidence and interfering with the investigation. She will join her husband, former President Yoon Suk-yeol, in jail. Yoon faces trial following his ouster in April over a botched bid to impose martial law last December.
A tough rivalry and an even tougher challenge awaits Gilas Pilipinas tonight in the FIBA Asia Cup quarterfinals. The Philippines takes on tournament favorites Australia at 7 p.m. Manila time, the earliest tip-off for Gilas this tourney. The Boomers are undefeated since their Asia Cup debut in 2017, led by NBL star Jalen Galloway and Olympian Jack McVeigh. This will be their first meeting in a senior-level FIBA competition since the infamous 2018 brawl in Bocaue, Bulacan. And Siargao is set to become the playground later this year for the World Surf League Qualifying Series 6000. The popular island destination will host the competition from October 23rd to the 31st. The tournament will feature hundreds of surfers from the Asia-Pacific region, like Japan, Indonesia, Taiwan, China, and Australia. The winner will gain nearly 6,000 points, helping them qualify in the Challenger Series along with a prize money of approximately 50,000 pesos.
Spilling the hottest tea for Swifties, Mother Taylor's bring up a brand new album. The 14-time Grammy winner confirmed her 12th studio album on New Heights, a podcast hosted by her boyfriend, Travis Kelce. No release date yet or the album cover. Just plenty of mystery and Easter eggs to keep fans guessing. The full spoiler drops this Thursday. And for Kelce, that's some serious bragging rights, landing a rare podcast appearance and a major announcement from the pop superstar. All right, ladies, I'm not a Swiftie, gotta say it.
Ask the
but
Swiftie here.
Swiftie, what are Easter eggs? Can you educate me?
Easter eggs are basically like hints that she's dropping, like as to what her album will be, when it will be, like just basically hints. That's what it is.
So fans have something to look forward to.
I'm not like
for
that
the
big
big
of a
reveal.
Swiftie, like that. I don't honestly know the
you're
Easter
gonna
egg.
get
I mean,
bashed
I
right
am
now,
a
I'm
Swiftie,
telling
but
you.
not like super. I don't have time to check the Easter eggs, kasi.
No.
I did love one album, Folklore. It got me through the pandemic.
Aww.
Really?
Actually,
Yeah, I tried to listen to it. The whole album is superb.
that's her like most calm indie vibe album.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's not a major fan, but she knows everything.
No, not like a major fan. I'm familiar. Like right now, I'm blanking out on like all her songs, but I'm very excited to see what direction she's gonna take because she's tried, I think, almost all genres except for rap. Maybe she has rap this genre.
Yeah,
Do you
because
think-
after the big concert, this is it.
This is
This
it,
is the
yeah.
album.
Do you think she's gonna go back on a concert tour?
I don't know. I wish. You know how hard I was trying to get Eras concert tickets? Like in Singapore, Japan, everywhere. I couldn't get. It was crazy. I was really like 100 and something thousand in line. So one day.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Well, the laughs may have gone too far. Davao City Council has officially condemned Vice Ganda for poking fun on former President Rodrigo Duterte. They didn't slap a persona non grata tag, but councilors say the resolution carries the same bite. One called Vice viral joke demeaning and an insult to Davao's values. Supporters of Duterte are now calling for a boycott of the comedian and her endorsements, but officials insist it's a personal choice, not an order.
And we've got more stories and conversations for you later in the show. Content creator Ella Pangilinan Miranda is giving dining spaces an elegant touch through tablescaping. She joins us live after the break. The Daily Dish will be right back.
welcome back. You're watching The Daily Dish. With us today is a creative force with an eye for design and content creation. Her work not only elevates the art of tablescaping, but also connects with a wide online audience who love to bring beauty into their homes. Please welcome the ever-sweet Ella Pangilinan Miranda. Thank you for coming to the studio.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ella's
Welcome.
here.
First of all, congratulations. You're 2 years married. Am I correct?
Yes. Almost.
Close to
How
that.
has it been so far?
I still feel like a newlywed.
That's great.
Yeah, it's so much fun. I'm learning a lot along the way.
Such as?
Well, how to host at home, how to entertain, how to manage my household, and how to just not take it so seriously. It's also nice to enjoy the process.
But you know, I think she got married at the perfect age. You know
how
what
old
I mean?
were you?
You're
I was 27
now.
when I
Okay.
got married, so now I'm 29.
Well, that's just from me. So guys, don't bash because that's just me. I think she got married at the perfect age. But you know, let's reverse it, Ella. Right? So most ladies at your age will get advice from, you know, older people.
Wow, older people. Or the same age, guys.
From
Wow.
the moms at least.
From the moms. You're the same age, huh?
Oh, same
but
age.
let's reverse it. What advice would you give to your peers, especially your friends who, you know, haven't made that decision to get married?
Well, I feel like if you find the right person and you both are happy with where you are in your lives, why not? Because I don't think it takes away from who you are. But right now, I feel like my husband and I have actually contributed so much to each other, and I've never felt more myself than today.
Well, what about the adjustment period? Was
The
it?
adjustment period?
Yes.
Well, we were dating for 6 years before we got married, so there was definitely an adjustment period. We never lived together, and so it was like a whole new relationship.
And how was it planning your wedding? Because I know you were very hands-on with the tablescaping.
Yes.
So how was it essentially planning the whole thing?
Oh, it was the best. I had the time of my life planning my wedding. Tita Ferdi was involved as well.
Yes.
And I found out you set them up.
Yes,
I
he
did.
set us
Thank you
up.
to you.
It's a proud moment for me. Yeah,
Yes.
very proud.
And so I was really involved in the branding of it, and also like all the designs, how people were gonna see Enrique and I in the whole celebration.
And I understand you left the whole alcohol thing, the party side, to your husband.
Yes, that was all him.
So you guys work perfectly together.
I can tell
We
you.
gave each other roles.
Yeah, I can tell you that Enrique's task was definitely, how should we say,
It was
achieved.
And important. It was important.
Yeah,
you
it was
say-
achievement unlocked.
Yeah. So earlier you mentioned that you just want to trust the process, enjoy the journey. Would you say that would be the best marriage advice that anybody has given you, or that you've given yourself throughout this
I
whole
mean,
marriage?
It's just almost 2 years, so you're never gonna get it right in the beginning. My parents have been married 30 years, and until now they keep telling me that they're still learning. They're still learning more about each other, and we just have to accept that we want to trust the process.
Yes, but with this adjustment, I mean, both the Miranda extended family and your family, which is huge as well. Of
Yes.
course, you know, everybody wants to check out where you live, what's happening, because it is still fairly new.
Yes.
I mean, like, she comes from, you know, showbiz royalty and political royalty. We're talking about Maricel and Anthony as her parents. You've got Donnie, Hannah, Ben, you know, and Solana. And then, of course, you've got Senator Kiko. You've got Gary V and your cousins. I mean,
Yes.
that's a lot of people to, to an Ambassador Luli, Edna Luli.
To
I like how you
entertain.
named them all. You went down the family tree.
I can go from
They're all
age.
flash.
Yeah. So, you've been entertaining. And is this what pushed you to come up with, you know, this community called Salo?
So Salo Salah started because I really have been so privileged to have learned so much from wonderful entertainers and to learn how to properly gather people in your home. And so I wanted to create
a resource where people could also learn how to do that. Because I realized so many people are intimidated by hosting, especially newlyweds and people who are just moving into their first homes. And so I wanted to make that a little bit more accessible because, again, I've had the privilege of learning from so many wonderful people, and it doesn't have to be that overwhelming. And yes, like you said, I do have the privilege of entertaining these kinds of people, but at the end of the day, when they're in your home, they want to feel like they are at home.
What does that mean to you? Like the feel like home phrase. Like, how do you create that?
Well, the best parties I've ever been to were the ones where I've seen personal touches from the host, and I've felt like, okay, I'm not allowed. I haven't felt like, okay, I can't touch this, I can't touch that. It's just free flowing. You're relaxed because the host made sure that they've prepared for you.
Right. Ella, I love that you're doing this because we talked about this before going on camera, that a lot of people don't know basic etiquette. We've lost that somewhere along the lines of between the generations, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about some of the basic etiquette that you think people should know right off the bat.
I think you should definitely learn how to set a table properly. I think you should also learn how to put together a menu. But I think you should also learn how to be a proper guest. Guest etiquette is also really important.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, are you the kind of guest who brings something when you're invited into someone's home? That's something to think about.
Think about it when I invite you to my house, ladies.
I think you should always have something to
We've
bring.
always been taught to bring something.
Yes, I want something expensive, huh?
Yes, and you want to appreciate what the host has prepared for you. So you want to be mindful of your comments. You want to be mindful if, they've prepared something that's not something you prefer. You have to be mindful of those things.
Yes. What is the best thing you've learned from maybe your grandma, your mom, or your mother-in-law in terms of homemaking?
I think it's not as complicated as you think, is what I've learned from them.
Wow, that's major.
Yeah, I think that once you nail the basics down, everything else you can have fun with. So I think it's important to learn those principles of how to welcome people into your home, properly set the table, create a menu like I mentioned. But yeah, you should have fun with how you do your centerpieces, how you play with colors, how you play with textures. There's no rules, I believe, when it comes to that part.
But you know what? Whether you are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, sometimes people get intimidated inviting people over because they don't have complete, let's say, entertaining sets, plates, and stuff like that. How do you overcome that?
Well, I think you don't have to start with a formal dinner. You can start with having somebody over for coffee or a merienda and doing that part, right?
Yeah, I love that. You start
so
small.
you don't need
and build your way
a
up.
full dining set for that. All you need are pika plates, right? And your coffee. So I think that it's intimidating because you think that you have to perform at the level of the fancy
super
parties
high
that
society,
you attend.
right?
Yeah, but it's not. You just start by welcoming someone into your home and making them feel like you prepared for them.
Right. Well, I want to talk about, speaking of very intimidating, when I go to a lot of events, right, people get intimidated, especially when it's a coursed menu, how there's a little fork, a little spoon, right? That's what they call it.
Yeah.
And thank God, my granny taught me how to use them. But for most of the people around me, they don't know, right? So
Yeah.
let's talk about that and how they should properly start, from the outside, basically working their way in.
Well, I think you said that. It's really, you don't have to know what every fork is, especially if you're just starting, but it's good to start to work your way from the outside going in, right? And that's exactly how the host would have prepared their courses. So, but it helps to learn, it helps to know, so that you're not embarrassed when you're in a situation where it's oh gosh, what's everybody else eating from? And so yeah, I think it's really important for our generation to take it seriously and learn about this.
See, she said our generation. Same age kami.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that because I want to talk to Ella more about, for example, what about, since you've had your household for not too long, what about training or giving the proper tools to your domestic team?
To my staff. So I think it was important that I had to learn first.
Okay.
Because I wanted to train them at the way that I wanted the standards to be. So I think that when they see how much you care about your home, they will understand how important it is.
Yeah,
to
because that's a
maintain.
sore spot, Ella. I mean,
Yes.
a lot of people have, a few arguments because of, what's the style ba talaga? What am
Yes.
how do I want to live in my own house, right?
So you have to set that for yourself. Because, I can ask my mom to train them, but who will they answer to? My mom or me? It's my household.
It's important.
Yeah, of course.
Did you have the
Who
same
will they
experience?
ask questions? My mom or me?
Correct.
Training the staff.
Yeah.
Well, it's important also to set good communication lines to begin with, right? So you can, just keep it open.
Yeah, and it's important to know who the head of the house is, right? So they report to Ella, so they should get the training right from her.
And I'm still learning, so I'm still continuously sharing with them what I am learning. And I think that's what makes it exciting.
All right, Ella, you've collaborated with both global and local brands. What do you look for in a partnership?
I think it's always important to look at shared values. I'm never going to partner up with a brand that I don't believe in, because I also think that I owe that to the people following me. I'm not going to sell them something that I wouldn't use myself. And it should be something that would add value to them and would help them in their own homes or their own lives. So that's really important. Shared values and things I would actually really use.
So would you call that ethical collaborations?
Yeah, I think, and also discernment.
Discernment.
Yeah,
And
it's
do you
really
have that in your community in Salo Salah?
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
I'm excited for what's next, Ella. What do you guys have planned for Salo Salah? You guys have workshops and
Yes,
whatnot?
we're going to be having, so we have our shared online platform, but we're also going to be having really intensive workshops as well, so people could learn the different ins and outs of entertaining and hosting and gathering, because gathering doesn't necessarily feel like it has to feel so formal. Just bringing people together in a room and preparing for them.
Actually, that's more
wanna
fun,
join.
right?
Monique and I will join that workshop.
Oh, yeah.
Where can we find the announcements for your workshops? Where
Also,
can our viewers find?
you can follow us at Salo Salah by Ella on Instagram, and maybe soon you'll even see the party.
We're gonna go on it.
Yes.
I think we should have Mai and Monique do a table setting.
Oh my
with
God.
Ella.
That'd be a fun challenge.
I think we should do it.
Honestly, let's do
Yeah.
it. I'm
We
always
should
down
do
for a
it.
challenge.
I'd be happy to do it. yeah,
Yes, we're
of
gonna
course.
send you to some obscure place, and
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's
we're
do
gonna give you a
it.
theme.
Okay, perfect.
We're gonna give you a theme, like for example,
Taylor
for you.
Swift theme.
No, your favorite 3 words Tagalog from yesterday.
What's
so
my
it's
favorite, like,
calamansi,
calamansi, bistec,
bistec, and today ampalaya.
ampalaya.
So that's your theme.
Grabe naman. So Filipino theme.
Hey, themes actually make it easier to entertain people.
Yeah.
If you set a theme, then you already kind of can build around that.
Let's do it. I'm excited for our challenge.
Yeah, we're excited to learn so much from you and also for your workshop. Thank you so much for coming over.
Thank you,
Thank you
Ella.
so much for having me.
All right, up next, we're taking you to a one-of-a-kind dining experience in Marikina. What makes that special? Find out after the break. The Daily Dish will be right back. Welcome back to the Daily Dish. Step into exclusivity at 61 Orange in Marikina. This fine dining gem reserves its entire space for just one group per night, delivering an unforgettable, intimate culinary journey created specially for you. Let's watch this. Thank you for having us, folks. Ethel and Chef Nats.
You're welcome.
If walls could talk and taste food, I want to hear everything.
It is such a wonderful home.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
So beautiful. It's like a museum in here. I want to live here. Can I move in with you guys?
Can you take her?
Yeah, please.
Please take her. Yes.
I'm so happy you found this home, but there's a backstory. Tell us why this is your dream home. What spoke to you?
It was 2021, 2022 when we were really looking for a house that we can convert to our commissary. And we know everything was expensive at that time because it was during the pandemic. And we just live a few streets away. And then we came across a signage that says for sale.
For sale.
So when we looked at the house, it was like, our heart stopped. And from then on, we just started praying that we hope and pray it will be ours.
Which is super cool because, like what Monique said a while ago, it's a fine dining.
Yes, we coined that term because I know it's gonna be hard for people to come here.
Yeah, there's no signs at
There's
all.
no,
when
and
you
we're
park
in
outside.
Marikina. We have to be, real. That They will not travel that far to eat here.
This is something that you call if you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Thank you.
But what I want to know most is because everything in this house / dining space has a story because you've got mid-century pieces, you've got a lot of porcelain and dining ware that I may or may not steal later. But what's behind the interior? What's behind the furniture?
The house was built in the 60s. He let me be and design the space, and I tried doing the modern style, but it just doesn't fit. And so I embraced the era and started bidding online.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's all online. The purchase was made, everything was made online.
But what do guests immediately notice?
The chairs. Each chair has a story. Like the one you're sitting on is a 1962 Pagols. Why I love it because I got it from Ken of Mid-Century Manila.
Yes.
So he doesn't normally sell stuff, personal stuff. So when he sold it, when he posted it, there you go. I said I have to have it.
I noticed there's also a lot of vintage pieces.
Right.
Yeah.
The cinema chair. We're the third owner.
That's one of the first cinema chair, right?
Yes,
here in the
in the
Philippines. Wow.
Yes. So we won the bid, and people just don't appreciate it yet. They came here and I told them the story, how we got it and where it's from.
Right. So would you say the cinema chair is the most overlooked since people don't know the history?
It's pretty rare to find the floor plan when a house is built in the 60s.
You must have done a lot of research to put the interiors together because I would call it quiet interiors, but they speak loudly.
The house is built in 3 eras or 3 design disciplines. One, when you enter, it's the colorful 60s.
Okay.
When you go to the dining area, I have to embrace the minimalist design.
Use a typewriter.
This is also from the 60s, huh?
Yeah, but you know what? Monique does not know how to type on a typewriter.
I was the computer era. Nabutan ko yung typewriter, but I never really, so I was typing on it like a computer. Oh my gosh, forgive me.
So you've got the interiors and all the accoutrements of the restaurant. Do you pattern the food with like post-century, modern, or even the vintages and the pieces in the house?
Okay, when it comes to the food, we try to stick through to traditional way of cooking. We have also a lot of heirloom recipes there that we use, but then I would like to call my food the slow food cooking. I take my time and I don't rush it. I don't use a pressure cooker. It's the old way of cooking everything, so to bring out the flavors naturally.
Yes, and ladies, okay, you can't just come here, okay?
Yes,
you gotta book
heard.
because they only accept one booking at a time,
Yes.
per evening. And that's from 2 to 12 people, that's correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, how did you guys come up with that? The one table a night.
It was, I came across an article from Singapore wherein during the pandemic, chefs didn't have work. So they gathered and created a group called One Table a Night Supper Club. So they welcome people in their house. Most of them, they live in a pad. So they would sit 4, 5, 8 max. And you would be surprised. Reservations would extend up to 6 months. Wow. And then we talked about it and, we have nothing to lose. We're far. Let's just try.
Why do you only allow one reservation per day?
Well, aside from the space, we just want to focus on your experience. For a change, we just want to make sure that you are taken care of. We don't want undivided attention. We just want to focus on you and you alone. And I think sometimes they would, you would appreciate that even more. We want to make you feel really special.
Yeah.
We want to make the travel worth it. So when you come in, We just want to welcome you. It's just me and him, no one else.
I'm gonna ask the risque questions.
Okay.
I wanna know the dish on like the most memorable guests you have and the antics.
Yeah, they're called the Star Chasers. We never expected them.
The Michelin star.
The Michelin
chasers.
Star, they call themselves Star Chasers even before, yes.
Apparently, they're a group of them, and they do that. They travel all over the world to Michelin star restaurants. So she mentioned to me that the husband tried to book October, didn't get in.
November didn't get in. December didn't get in.
How far is your booking?
Right
Like
now,
now?
we're booked December.
I heard from a little bird, Mai, and Monique, that some guests require them to sign an NDA.
That was that's the juiciest bit. I want to know why.
They love us because we don't post our guests.
We don't say anything.
We don't say anything. And you will never know. We sign, they check everything.
So we're the only guests that people know that came to this place.
We don't have it.
Just let's just say it. Because some of them they don't bring the wives here. Right?
I don't know. We don't know.
I will neither confirm or deny.
What about memorable guests? Like funny things that have happened here that don't require an NDA?
There are a lot. It starts off like they come in here as a couple, right? And then while they're here, they talk about who to bring, and then the next time around, they bring their fathers or grandmothers or whatever. And then when they come in, it's more nostalgic to them. So they will remember their childhood and the stuff.
And they start crying.
Yes, it's true. This is
You
the
have
fun.
guests that cry?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
We're blessed.
Blessed.
We're privileged to have the opportunity to do that to people. And not only that, there's also some people that their parents have dementia, and then they eat or kare-kare, for example.
And then they would remember.
What other famous dishes do people ask for when they come here that you serve?
What? There's the kalyos. Well, people are hesitant with the kalyos because, of course, they have their grandmothers, their parents. It's heirloom recipes to everybody. So they don't want to touch my kalyos because it's out of respect for their grandparents. So they won't. Then hesitantly, they'll try it. The next thing you know, they're crying because it reminded them of...
Tell me about it, Ethel.
She came here. She tried it. She cried.
Have you ever had that experience, Mai and Monique, when you tried a dish, you literally weep? I have one time.
What is that dish?
It was a botarga dish in Milan, in this beautiful restaurant. I didn't expect it. Right? I put roast pork, and I just started to weep. So I understand completely how these people feel emotion when it comes to food. And I want to get emotional, so I'm just gonna go dig in here right now.
Yes, please.
What do we have here?
Okay.
Oh, this is the gamba sahilyo, all right? And this is salpicao, but this is ribeye salpicao. And this is baked feta with the...
Look at the bread.
So masarap.
Has there been like a moment where you guys had a reservation and they asked for like super outlandish requests? Like they want everything personalized?
There are a lot. I mean, without naming names again, in our online business, we had somebody, a family. I made them food for 6 months. That's off menu. Every Sunday.
Okay, I just had the gambas. I'm very skeptical about gambas.
Okay.
Because I find a lot of establishments don't respect the gambas. This one tastes like love.
Aw, it's fresh.
Thank you.
I better try it.
It's a crowd favorite. This one.
Yeah, and I understand. Why am I getting emo? I'm not even pretending. It's just beautiful.
Thank you.
What's happening?
The gamba.
Are you crying?
It's so
Are you getting emo?
Yeah.
You're getting there.
No, like literally, this gambas is the best.
Thank you. This is our claim to fame, so
Okay.
to speak. Okay, because during the pandemic, Tatler Asia voted us as the best in Asia for 2 years to straight because they have a
Very good. Bravo.
Christmas spread, right?
Yes.
So ours the porchetta was included in that spread, and they tried it. Maybe the reason is the flavor profile is very different from what we know because we usually know the tanglad, the garlic, and onion. This one it's very Italian because there's rosemary, fennel seed, and then lemon rind. Yeah.
I want to show the camera how beautiful this is. Look at that. The pink of the meat is perfect.
Right.
And then this chimichurri in the back.
Chimichurri, it's got through the richness of it, no? And then we make sure to use local pork.
Ah, okay.
Because it's sweeter.
So there's something special about the plates here and all the crystal. Where do you source it all?
So we did everything online. What they're using right now, it's a 1940s plate. So they don't manufacture that. You cannot buy it anywhere else. So for me
These
to complete
plates in particular,
yes,
yeah.
for me to complete the 5 plates, it took me a year and a half.
Wow.
Because it's just one at a time.
And it's pre-war?
Pre-war.
All right, we'd like to thank Chef Nathaniel Imson and Ethel Bursana for 621 Orange for the sumptuous meal. You can see us all chewing.
It was a lovely meal.
Yeah.
So good. Now from food to fashion, some local designers will have an opportunity to showcase their works through a mentorship program in Italy. Sheila Salaysay has more.
Unveiled at a media launch in Manila, 12 of the nation's finest designers are ready to showcase their craftsmanship for the Fashion Philippines Milan Mentorship Program 2025, a milestone that marks a bold new chapter for the country's fashion industry. Organized by the Center for International Trade Expositions and Missions, or CITEM, in partnership with the Philippine Textile Research Institute, the Philippine Fashion Coalition, and Lit Fashion Consultancy. The initiative serves as a gateway for Filipino talent to enter the world of couture, creativity, and global recognition. Led by Trade Secretary Chris Roque, PFC Chairman Carissa Cruz Evangelista, Lit's Teta Ortiz Matera, and other key project committee members.
The Department of Trade and Industry is very much into boosting the creative economy in accordance to the Philippine Creative Industries Development Act, the RA 11904, which is to foster the development of the 9 domains in the creative sector. Apparently, our creative economy contributes about 1.94 trillion pesos in our GDP, and it composes about 7.6% of our GDP, and it deploys about 7.5 million Filipinos as well. So on a national level, DTI is the chair of the Creative Council, wherein the goal is to foster the growth and the development by providing a framework in terms of implementing the strategies and the action plans.
The mentorship will conclude with a 3-day showcase at the renowned Fondazione Zozzani in Milan, running from September 23 to 25, 2025. In conjunction with Milan Fashion Week, Spring or Summer 2026. Taking center stage will be the works of Adam Pereira, Joseph Bagasaw, Joan Bitagcol, Tessa Nepomuceno, Carl Jan Cruz, Ched Dalogaog, Steffi Cua, Jerome Lorico, Renz Reyes, Gabby Garcia, Thian Rodriguez, and Vanya Romoff.
I mean, I think that's like the most obvious thing, but I'm really excited to go through all of the further mentorship programs that we're scheduled to do. They're really like thinking about your brand and like thinking about your strengths and what your weaknesses could be, and so you can take that and really apply it to your brand to improve it. I always work with Filipino artisans, like craftsmen. I also work with Filipino visual artists. So it's really embedded in the brand. In terms of like how it looks, I think it changes quite a bit, but I think there's always that ease in it. I think that's a word that I would use. So the brand started as a resort wear brand, hence the ease, but I think it's kind of like evolved through time.
Prior to their Milan debut, the designers will take part in an intensive mentorship program guided by an 8-member panel of global fashion leaders, headed by Zara Zozani Maino, creative director of Fondazione Zozani and ambassador for Milan Fashion Week. They will also gain insights into the pulse of the international market, from creative direction to brand building, skills that extend far beyond the runway.
Projects such as this is really actually very important for our country because one of our strengths is really the creative industry. In fact, yun ang talagang gustong i-push din ng ating Pangulo is to really push the creative industry. Why? Because the creative industry is a driver for trade and tourism. Because once we get our creative people out there. In fact, we've already have a lot of aces out there. Like for fashion, we have Michael Cinco, we have Monique Tuzon, and so many others that have really made waves in the global market, and also in the, let's say, in the art, paintings, and also in music, also in dance. We have a lot of stars already that are there.
These lucky designers will embody a distinctly Filipino approach to artistry. Through the Fashion Philippines Milan Mentorship Program 2025, they will unveil to the world the richness of our heritage, the precision of our craftsmanship, and the unmatched passion of the designers. Sheila Salaysay, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
You know, Secretary Roque said it so well. This is really a great opportunity for our designers to showcase their talent, their global potential.
Like, the Filipino designers are so amazing.
And I'm so proud. We got a couple of friends on it. Vanya, Jerome, Carl, John Cruz, and especially Joanne Bitagol.
Yeah. So happy for our designers. And that's it for us today, August 13th. Join us again tomorrow for more Real Talk.
And a lot of spilled tea.
With zero filter. I'm Monique Tuzon.
And I'm Ferdi Salvador.
And I'm Mai Rodriguez. That's a Daily Dish served. Thank you for watching.